Hi guys, if you don't know me, my name is Juliana and I am a Poshmark reseller. If you don't know what that is, basically I purchase clothes secondhand and I clean them, I photograph them, and I list them for resale. My favorite way to do this is by going to the Goodwill outlets, which are essentially where you buy clothing by the pound, so you have a lot of clothing for a small cost. I've been doing this for about a year and I have been taking it somewhat seriously, but I decided that I needed to set some goals for myself. So last month I set goals for myself, and this month I want to go over my goals from last month and then kind of talk about my goals for this month. And the idea behind this is really just to kind of give other resellers an idea about goals and what works, what doesn't work, and also to get tips, because I love getting tips from other resellers too, because something that works for me may not work for them, or vice versa, or maybe there's something that I don't know of and I love hearing it. So my Poshmark Classic name is revived_threads. And I have an Instagram as well, that's revivedthreads09, and I just said like 3 times. No fillers. So I'm gonna jump into it, and again, I'd love to hear other people's ideas and what has and hasn't worked for you guys and all of that stuff. So these were my November goals. I wanted to try and keep myself accountable, so I posted these at the beginning of November on my Instagram. So basically my top priorities were gain 62 more Instagram followers. Currently, when I started this, I only had about 136. I now have 144, so I didn't get to the 200 followers I wanted in the last month. Get to 40k Posh followers. When I wrote this down, I had 37. I am now at 39,000 something, so I'm almost there. Have 350 available listings. No, I have 269 currently, and that's only because I've been listing a lot the last 5 days, but it is currently December 9th, so we're not in November anymore, so I didn't get that done either. My goal was also to post 4 YouTube videos in November. I posted 1, and it took me a long time to post it. And then my final goal was the 1 Instagram post a day. So I didn't meet any of my goals, but that Instagram post a day thing was my closest. I posted 27 Instagram posts, so I only missed 4 days, but I helped myself out because I prepped beforehand. I prepped quotes, and I prepped flat lays, so that every day I could go in and post a quote or a flat lay and have a little blurb about it or talk about something different. Every once in a while I'd enter in a photo of me or my family or something that was interesting. On Thanksgiving, I posted something that said Happy Thanksgiving. So stuff like that, and just making sure that I had 10 to 20 hashtags attached to it, because that's kind of how I've learned that I'm going to generate followers. So that and not a competition. Do you know what I mean? Something like a drawing of some sort. But I don't feel like I have enough followers yet to even try to do that, because I feel like you have to have more followers before you have other people reach out to people. But I don't know, maybe I'll have to try that this month. So my December goals look very similar to my November goals. So one thing I do want to point out, while beforehand I was working, I wasn't working, I was only doing Poshmark. I was doing Poshmark all the time, besides hanging out with my kids, taking my son to school. I did a couple babysitting jobs on the side, stuff like that, just because to help people out. Starting mid-October, I took a seasonal job at Cabela's, and I was working almost 40 hours a week some weeks, So a lot of this didn't happen because I was working, and I live an hour plus away. So my 8-hour days were 10 to 12-hour days after I picked up and dropped off my kids. So I really didn't have a whole lot of downtime to work on this like I wanted to. So that does explain some of that. And I'm going to try and, I don't want to use that as an excuse because I know a lot of people run a successful poshmark closet working a full-time job. So I'm really going to try this month to push myself to, even though I'm still going to be working this month and Christmas is coming up and New Year's, I still want to hit my goals. So my goals for this month, I want to gain 56 more Instagram followers. I want to finally get to that 200 followers mark. Another goal that I set for myself is to share my closet at least once per day. When I was home all the time, I was sharing my closet 4 or 5 times per day, and it produced sales. I got a lot of sales from that. Lately, I've been lucky to share my closet once per day, even on the days that I'm off because I'm doing housework and all that stuff and getting distracted by my kids. And so my goal is to share my closet once per day. As I have more listings, that's going to just get harder and harder, but it's something that I need to do in order to produce sales. Last night I shared my closet 3 times. I made 2 sales in an hour, and I've been making like 1 sale a week. So I really need to focus on that. Make 2 YouTube videos. This is going to be the first of my YouTube videos. So there's already one thing off my list. It is already almost a third of the way through the December though. So I only need to make 1 more. And if I do another haul this month, then I can do that. I also have some thread up stuff that I need to make a video for, so I'm really hoping I can do that. I'm going to try and stick with the posting on Instagram once a day. I already have not been doing good about that this month. December started and it was like a whirlwind. So I am going to prep my Instagram posts today so that for the rest of the month I can just pull it, because that's easy, so that, you know, on my lunch break at work, or if I carpool with my friend that lives down the street, then, you know, I can be posting it while he's driving. Like, there are times it's just making myself do that. Have 350 available listings. I'm working on this right now. I just photographed all of my inventory that I had lying around last night. So today I have been listing, and I should be at 300 easily by the end of today, if not more. To get the 350 mark, I'm probably going to have to go to the Goodwill outlet at least once more this month, which is okay with me. I love the outlet. It's just kind of finding the time to do it is harder now. But there's some days that I don't go into work till 2, so I could go do it. It's just... See, here I am, making excuses again. There's no reason why I can't go. It's harder on me and my kids when I have to wake them up and we have to leave the house right away, and then I am pressed to get to work. It is harder, but it is also possible. So I need to just make myself do it. I am going to try and, I'm done in January 5th. So after that, I'm going to up my stuff to 2 Instagram posts a day, or 1 Instagram post and 2 story shares a day. Like, you know, at least 4 YouTube videos shouldn't be hard if all I'm doing is Poshmark. I should be able to make multiple bins hauls, which means I should be able to have multiple videos up. So, we're gonna do this, guys. So I am partially doing this to keep myself motivated to stick to this, but also, like I said before, I just want to give other people ideas too of what other people are doing. It's not always something we talk about with other Poshmark resellers, or any resellers in general, actually. We don't always talk about, like, you know, what our goals are and how it might be different for me than it is for someone that works 5 minutes from their house, or, you know, any of that stuff. So it is hard. It's not easy. If anyone ever tells you that reselling is an easy job, then they obviously haven't been reselling for very long. So, but it is fun. I do like it. Okay, guys, I think that was everything. Again, I'd love to hear from any other resellers, or even anyone that owns their own business that has some tips and tricks on how to maybe focus your time, or anyone that works from home, how to focus your time and use it wisely. So, yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. Feel free to contact me via Instagram as well. My Instagram name, again, is revivedthreads09. I will link it down below, as well as my poshmark down below. Yeah, and if you want to see more of me and my reselling journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and we can see each other again. Okay, bye guys, thanks.